Say goodbye to the loading screens. I made a whole hood using just one lot. Hello baby boys and welcome to my very first custom hood for Sims 2. This is Perfectwood. Some might say that female friendships are fake or do not last long, but those are full of shit. Sarah, Beth, Lily and Danielle are desperately trying to keep it together, but when their friend Melanie Ann disappeared, they realized Perfectwood is nothing but a perfect storm. The bonds between these women are tangled but unbreakable, and you'll be left guessing who's really calling the shots. Now, before we get to the lore and some Sims, let me give you a tour through the exclusive features of Perfectwood. Can't put into words how much effort was put in this project. Well, actually I can. Here's everything you'll find in Perfectwood. Well, obviously just one big lot. This works as a mini town a little bit and there's a lot for you to explore here. By having the whole hood happening at the same time in the same lot, we're getting the closest possible to an open world in Sims 2. I'll get to what each building here is supposed to be later, but I'm super excited to see others playing here. There's so much potential. Scripted events, yeah, just like the ones from Pleasantville, but darker. Custom NPCs divided into casters with full family trees. Babe faces, yeah, every sim in Perfectwood has an actual face you when you born, instead of just face one. So cute. A custom map. Yep, the map was made by me in SimCity 4 and it's pretty simple cause this is just a one lot hood, so genetically almost correct sims. Every sim was made using the game's genetic system, so they're genetically correct, but some of them I had to edit a little bit just so they would look hotter. Like Danielle, she's supposed to be gorgeous. Big family trees. For each and every sim alive, there's at least 6 dead ancestors. This way, I ended up creating almost 300 sims. That's how the original families of The Sims 2 were made, and I wanted to keep this pre-made hood feeling for you, so Perfectwood would feel like it was made by the devs and not me. I gotta say, I'm kinda proud of myself for coming up with this. Every sim from Perfectwood has a book in their inventory. These books are actually real songs. The lyrics are hinting what these characters are all about. I made a whole Spotify playlist, links in the description box. I also gave every sim a bunch of memories, including townies. The memories are not necessarily like the memories you would get in game though, because I was trying to build a story and unnecessary memories weren't included. Each lifetime want was also chosen by me. Actually, every aspect of the Sims that could be customized was. The interests, the star signs, their personality points, their want-to hobby, skills, relationships, you name it. I touched everything. Even their sexualities. For each playable family, there's 5 photos in their family albums. Also, I added this little video here in the Choose a Neighborhood to Play screen. And I love how dramatic this picture turned out with the apples and the ladies in red, oh my. Oh, and there's a freaking swimmable lake in Perfectwood, and that's probably my favorite bit of the hood. Like, this was actually so hard to do, but I'm so happy about how it's looking. I know it doesn't look so natural because of its shape, but because of size issues, it had to be like that. This is like a mini park and a pool here wouldn't make any sense, so I'm glad I managed to make a swimmable lake. This little bridge here was quite challenging, I gotta say, because the stairs and fences from the game doesn't match anything, I swear, so I did these wall plans and I think it turned out pretty cool actually. By the way, do you know how like when you download a hood in one language and then your game is in another language and so all sims get their names translated? This sucks, right? Well, this is Perfectwood, so obviously this does not happen here. You can download it from anywhere, no matter what language your game is using. Perfectwood sims will still display the original names, you're safe. Fun fact, the hoods folder is named N777 because the number 7 is usually related to perfection and good stuff, so like a 777, what could be more perfect than this? Now let me give you a tour through these beautiful little buildings. Actually, I'm not a builder at all, this was my very first time building in The Sims and it shows, but I still think it's kinda cute. Anyway, let's go. This depot building is like 5 lots in one. The blue side contains a gym, a dance studio, and also public bathrooms to the park of Perfectwood. The red side contains a library and a beauty salon. There's a mod that allows community lots and apartment builds to coexist though, so this can be so much fun. I'll probably try it at some point. By the way, if you have ACR, your Sims will woohoo all the time in this photo booth. Just saying. Next door is a cemetery, and what I find really cool about this one is that my Sims are always hanging out here. They cross town to hang out with the dead. Now, my original idea was to place the graves of every dead Sim here, but I'm afraid this isn't possible. I don't know if someone knows how one can do it, but if you do, let me know in the comments. Then we have a nightclub. Downstairs you can dance and grab a drink, upstairs you can dance and grab a cock, then on the top floor you can go back to dance and grab a drink. I love the lights here, it's so pretty when it gets dark. There's also this little party in the back. I feel like your cheating Sims can get together here and nobody will ever know. Just saying. Finally, pretty close to the nightclub, there's a church. A wedding church actually. Here your Sims can get married, you can throw weddings and invite everyone in town. Also, it's kinda ironic how your marriage starts here and later it ends pretty near at the nightclub. We have 5 apartments here that are not occupied by playable families. The yellow and the baby blue buildings contain 2 apartments each, and then there's also an apartment over the church. Finally, the main houses. Here you'll be playing a lot, cause that's where our playable Sims are. Each house has an aesthetic inspired by the personalities of its residents. I'm quite happy with how they're looking, to be honest. I overly decorated everything, cause I may not be a builder, but I'm a decorator at heart. These little holes are also pretty unique as they're not available in the catalog. They're not custom content, but you need to unlock them. They have their own unique mechanics. Sims will never cross the street unless there's a crosswalk. Gotta love how cool this is. Now let's talk a little bit about lore. Perfectwood has tons of lore actually, and as you can probably already tell, is inspired by Desperate Housewives. Beth Hill is inspired by Brief in the Camp, but here she's married to a serial killer, Robert Hill. When the game starts, Beth finally decides to put an end to her husband's run and manages to lock him in the same cage he used for some of his victims. There's also an Catherine Mayfair-inspired Sim here, and she and Beth are actually starting an affair because it makes a lot of sense. Sarah Smith is inspired by Susan Meyer, but here she has an Asian background cause I was trying to be more inclusive, I guess. Just like Mike, her husband Brad died. Out of nowhere, Brad's twin Bryce moves to Perfectwood, and now Sarah is falling for him, cause he looks just like Brad, her dead husband. Plus, they didn't know about each other, so initially she was shocked. Her book is Enchanted by Taylor Swift cause it fits her situation so nicely. The scripted event here is pretty cool as well, like she wanna see Bryce right now and all that you need to do is cross the street and there you go. That's a good example of how cool this whole hood in one lot thing can be. Lily Rizzo is obviously Lynette Scavo. She's a cancer survivor already and now she's trying to survive her husband's 3rd midlife crisis. Not an easy task. They have a lot of kids, a lot of problems, and a poker table where the ladies can gather. Her scripted event is actually hinting at choice, but I'm not saying what it is. Danielle Solis is inspired by, well, that's pretty on the nose, I guess. She used to be this crazy successful runway model, but that's ancient history now. She and Hector moved to Perfectwood where they plan to raise a beautiful family. They had Valentina, but after that, their attempts to have a second child didn't work out. Hector's brother Diego moved in with them after he went bankrupt. Now Danielle is finally pregnant, but asking herself, who's the father? When the game starts, the last memories of each lady are of their friend Melanie Ann Young being abducted, referencing her disappearance. They also remember making 3 best friends, symbolizing the bout of the fought after Melanie Ann went missing. Our townies also have tons of background. Desiree Monroe is inspired by Edie Britt, so she hit on every married man from Perfectwood and is always trying to get laid. Blair Perry is inspired by Renee and she's actually good friends with Desiree, so I love how these two are coexisting here and being buddies. We were totally robbed of this duo, just saying. But what happened to Melanie Ann Young? Well, she was murdered. Melanie is the latest victim of Robert Hill. Nobody knows that, so everyone believes she's just missing. She was the first lady to arrive in Perfectwood and welcomed every one of them through the years. Perfectwood is all about freedom, no more loading screens, secrets, and of course, fun. Although it wasn't fun for me doing it was a lot of work, but I love the final result. There are so many possibilities here, I can't wait to hear back from you guys. Feel free to make your own video about Perfectwood and share your thoughts on it. I'd love to watch someone else review my hood after so many videos of me reviewing others. That's it, baby boys, download Perfectwood, let me know how you like it, and I'll see you in the next one.